England's summer tour began in Auckland as they embarked on a 3-test series against the reigning world champions. It had been 20 years since New Zealand had last lost a game at Eden Park. Such was the task facing Stuart Lancaster's charges. 2013 had been a magical year for the Southern Hemisphere champions, becoming the first side in the professional era to finish the season with a 100% win record. But the All Blacks were ran close at Twickenham by a youthful England side, giving fans of the Red Rose cause for optimism ahead of this contest. England kicked off and made the early incision through captain Chris Robshaw. The Quins flanker busted a hole through, and when James Haskell was cynically tugged back by Ma Nonu, the penalty was awarded. Freddie Burns slotted the resultant kick to hand his side the lead. England's forwards were playing with high intensity throughout the opening exchanges. With New Zealand wheeling the scrum, Nigel Owens was on hand to award the visitors their third kick at goal of the game. And for the third time, Burns made no mistake. The All Blacks match squad boasted a combined 968 caps, and that experience began to show as they forced a penalty inside England territory. Great work from Dane Coles and Owen Franks gave the host the chance. And Aaron Cruden's effort brought the sides level at 9-all. Lancaster's young side was still looking to get forward, finishing the half with a flourish. Ben Youngs, in for the injured Danny Kerr, attempted to nudge England in front, but his drop goal effort went just wide. The second half began at a ferocious pace. Israel Dag firing a warning shot as he sliced through the England ranks. And the hosts went close, as Aaron Smith's chip through for Jerome Kano required a quick recovery from Haskell and Ben Morgan. The momentum then swung back towards the tourists. After a scrum on their own try line, Morgan turned defence into attack with a powerful carry. The ball found its way to Kyle Eastmans, whose inspired break momentarily opened up the All Blacks. With the English forwards having success at scrum time, the backs were making inroads into their opponent's half. Johnny May kicked through to force the All Blacks under pressure, with England halted illegally on the try line. That gave Burns a full shot at the post, and his coolly taken kick nudged his side back in front again. New Zealand's formidable record at Eden Park was under threat, but the momentum was back with them in the 69th minute. Marlon Yard brought down Sam Whitelock and failed to release the man, leaving referee Owen no choice but to issue a yellow card to the winger. Cruden kicked the resultant penalty to edge his side into a 3-point lead. England brought on Danny Cipriani for the final 10 minutes, and the sail fly half had an immediate impact. His side forced a penalty from the breakdown, and under great pressure, Cipriani kicked over. The sides were now level going into the dying moments. The All Blacks cranked up the heat on 14-man England. After sustained pressure, Ben Smith's superlative offload found Conrad Smith, who darted over from close range. It was the decisive blow in what had been an enthralling contest between the two sides. Heartbreak for England, who had ran their illustrious opponents so close on home soil, but for the world champions, a winning start to the three-game series. Final score at Eden Park, New Zealand 20, England 15.
I'm sure we'll take that time. Keep driving this one. Told to use it though by the referee. Here's Marlon Yard off that wing, and he is going to make it! First try of the series for England. Marlon Yard straight through. Richie McCaw, of all people, bust the All Black captain Sacco. Number 7, keep your eye on him. Just through that left shoulder as if McCaw isn't there. Second bounce and he is over, and Burrell, who's carried well to start, is alongside him. McCaw shrugged off by Yard. What a start for England. In comes Morgan, saw that it was on. Rob Short. Good nice hands again from him. Marler was the recipient now. It is 12 trees inside, and Wood had to resort to trying to use the boot just when England need a one more good pass. And New Zealand going now with Coles finding Cruden with a dummy. Morgan couldn't do much about it. Out it goes to Savea. Savea, man inside, is Smith, and Smith saved his team before half-time. Now he scores for them on the other side of the interval. Ben Smith, Dunedin born.
England was so narrow. They've got forwards exposed. Cruden with the dummy. England are in trouble then. Savea, he could probably score it himself, but he just does the unselfish thing and puts his fullback under the post. It was one pass too many, one offload too many, and England were just outflanked on the counter. Turnover.
Yes, they can. In goes Retallick, though. He's stolen it back. He was through the middle too. And the referees allowed that to go on a couple of occasions today. Wants that contest. Here's Woodcock. Now Messer might have a chance down in this corner. Listen to the crowd here, the roof keeping in the noise. Great hands from Franks. Onto Whitelock. Aaron Smith again. Spins it out to Corey Jane. It's going wide for Nonu. That normally means problems. It normally means damage. He got it out somehow to Kaino. Savea is in. Try.
Well, they picked up the pace, haven't they? And they're so powerful. It's Aaron Smith makes the burst. He gets a mismatch against David Wilson, and he's straight through him. And this is where England are struggling thereafter. Halfbacks do well. Danny Kerr stays on the wing to make sure the pass don't go. Farrell makes a definitive hit, but that's 30 metres beyond the gain line. And whereas England don't take these chances, at the moment the difference between the best and the aspiring is New Zealand do. Super play from Nonu there. Offload there from Kaino. And Savea, he's never going to miss that. Just draws Burrell, gets beyond the gain line. Clever one-handed ball. The number 8 steps and goes. That's made to look very easy, but it wasn't.
So it gives Vunipola the call. Savea makes a mistake. Make a note of it. But look at it from New Zealand again, and Ben Smith having a stunning game. Here's Conrad Smith. England being opened up all over the shop now. Nonu stepping, and scoring.
We talked about the brilliance of Ben Smith. Watch out for Conrad Smith. What a line. Out to in, and then the quality of the pass. The pass that last week when Carl Eastman made the break, he couldn't find the man. Barrett, Corey Jane, there's the inside line, the outside arc, off the left hand, he finds his man. Nonu finds 3 steps. New Zealand find the way to the series victory. Brilliant try.
Where's it going? Where's the precision in attack that New Zealand find in these situations? Robshaw pulls it back. Mialama says, why can't I? It was out. Advantage England, though, and here's Mike Brown, and Mike Brown should finish this. Mike Brown got himself into a slightly awkward position there.
Well, he made up his mind to go for it. And he better score this now. Aaron Smith defensively everywhere with Corey Jane. Brown is over the line, he's well over. That's a try, isn't it?
Well, it seemed as if it was going to be, but there is an arm of Jane wrapped around the ball. Aaron Smith on hand as well. Corey Jane wearing 14.
I think it goes down early now and then it bounces up. That's a try. And now he's going to come up again and be off the ground.
No, I'll take the message from England, play on. So you say there's no reason why I can't award the try. Thank you.
And it was all in the question from the referee, and George Ayoub, the television match official. And Yard, Troy Cruz looks for the money ball. That's a good one though. And it goes wide again to Tuilagi. And then it goes even wider to Mike Brown, and then it's inside, and Chris Ashton's going to score, and England do get that little bit closer and do have that score to take to Hamilton. England wanted their host to experience instead of being on the other end of. Chance was there and they took it.
Tuilagi drew two men there as if he was a New Zealand. That was really good. But the other bloke who's made a big difference and led to England getting to front foot was Billy Vunipola, who was strong. Great finish for England, but New Zealand deserved the win.
So there it is. New Zealand have the series. They were only going to get better, and so it proved. And once again, the All Blacks have proved what New Zealand rugby is all about. Above all, it's about winning. Ideas in abundance and skills to go with them in that second half. McCaw's men, very impressive in the second period and deserved winners of the game and the series too. Aaron Smith wants it. Long ball into midfield, and Nonu. Some space there for Nonu initially. Picked up by Corey Jane. Aaron Smith again. Well, England might be a man down here on the far side. Savea going for the corner and getting into the corner. They have the series. Today is about applying the sword, and that is a poor start from England. Now has 21 tries in 22 internationals.
And once again, in the early stages of a game, England gets so narrow. Brown is the last man. He's got 15 metres to try and make up against Sevilla. It's happened at Twickenham last year when New Zealand blitzed England in the first 15 minutes. It happened with Marlon Yard a few times in the first test. England are very narrow. New Zealand have got the skills to just say, OK, we can play outside you. And they don't just have the skills, they've got a man who can bust Mike Brown like that, Julian Savea.
Having benched like Hartley last week, and Vunipola too. New Zealand not hanging around. Vunipola took out the call, but the ball had gone, and Cruden runs onto it, and it's that danger man again. Savea cutting back inside. No wonder they love him.
It's brilliant play from New Zealand. First of all, England get very narrow. Eastman gets sucked in. He gives Cruden the break. And look at this for a pickup. Steps off the inside. Nothing Ashton and Yard can do. Predatory finishing at the highest level. Eastman got sucked in. And as last week, Cruden eases into the gap. And this is a sublime moment. Slippery surface, off the left foot, inside Ashton, inside Yard. That is world-class finishing from a world-class winger.
That's scarce at the moment, though. Cruden went backwards. He's starting to run the show, isn't he, Fekitoa? Reid loves that channel on from Smith to Jane. Jane stepping ball inside, and Aaron Smith! That's the sharpness of Smith that we've come to expect. Like a razor.
You know, England's defence, one-on-one tackles, not good enough. That doesn't hit the hand.
No, there was no knock on there.
No.
There is no clear and obvious knock on for me. Yeah.
It's a try.
Okay, thank you.
And Chris Robshaw is asking about whether it should have been the pass to be looked at, but too late now. Aaron Smith has got his score, and they promised to open up today, New Zealand. and they are doing exactly that.
Look at this. I'm afraid that's not good enough from Marland's yard. Forward pass or not, New Zealand have punctured England. I don't think it is, to be honest. They've just got to try and take the tempo out of it. They've made it no distance. They can't escape.
Here's Cruden and Fakatoa. Carly from Manu Tuilangi played so well together in the first test. This a different sort of test. Ben Smith with a little dummy. He's got support inside. Rossavia got a brace. And now Aaron Smith has to applause from the coach. And this, the kind of treatment England had been used to in this country in recent times.
Dummy on Yard's flank. He waits there. He hasn't got support coming. Burns can't make the tackle. Ben Smith picking the sort of line we saw from Conrad Smith last week, but instead of going wide, sells the dummy to Yard, looks inside. Aaron Smith there. The Highlanders 1-2. The scrum half on hand. Celebrated the try. 4 tries already.
Competition even for him. Launchbury, good ball inside to Ben Youngs as England look to get off on the right footing in this second half. Manu Tuilangi nearly there. Ben Youngs goes in, Marlon Yard has it, he's got it down, and Yard scores like he did in the second test. Totally different situation.
Oh, great play from Joe Launchbury, the offload there, and Ben Youngs does this so well, steps inside Ben Smith, and then Tuilangi, his strength just keeps New Zealand on the back foot, and Yard, he's had a horrible afternoon defensively, but he's a real predator close to the line. This is a super offload, left hand there, little pop pass there, and Ben Youngs is quick. That's a great step to leave Ben Smith for dead. Tuilangi's strength takes him so close, it has 3 New Zealanders backpedaling. Yard sees the opportunity as Cole slips, and he's over. That's a great start for England, exactly what they needed.
Hasn't got to that hat-trick, but 2 inside the first 10 minutes or so. Crotty onto Faumuina again. Perinara, Smith, Corey Jane. Oh, he's travelled well there. He's got to get the hat-trick. It's the perfect finish for Savia for New Zealand. Whitewash complete over the men in white. 3-0 was always the favourite here. Now equal the world record of 17 matches won in a row.
It's the difference in class is the ability of New Zealand in 5-metre channels to finish. Savia is a world-class player. Corey Jane hasn't been at his best, but with Ben Smith, again, just stepping inside the challenges. England missing too many tackles. New Zealand make it look easy. I think England really, from this test, have to look at the first half and say, those are the levels we have to aspire to.
As it turned out, the first test, despite the disruption to England in their build-up, was the golden chance. In the second test, they had a golden moment just before half-time, could have almost taken it away, but by half-time today, New Zealand had taken it away, and they had the series, and this, an emphatic win.